Sadly, many of us have woken up to another episode of slaughter and bloodshed. The Israeli regime, driven by an insatiable thirst for blood, resembles a sick psychopath fixated on killing innocent women and children. This is phase 2 of the genocide in Gaza, where 16 months of violence was not enough for this crazy maniac. Children and civilians are being mercilessly slaughtered in a humanitarian catastrophe that demands immediate global action. The current escalation reveals the chilling truth. Their appetite for violence is insatiable. We must not turn a blind eye to these atrocities.
There are 7 girls getting their legs amputated, no anesthesia. The bombing is still going on, the room is still shaking. I haven't slept. We went to bed at about 1 o'clock and at 1:30 the bombing started. It's about 10 a.m. now. I've just gone back to my room. I'm lightheaded, I'm dizzy. I mean, it was just mostly women and children, burnt head to toe, limbs missing, heads missing. Smell of burnt flesh is still in my nose.
That was Dr. Mohammed Mustafa from Perth, who is currently in Palestine, tirelessly treating women and children in need. We previously interviewed him here on The Balanced Narrative in our studio. His dedication is an inspiration for all of us. May Allah grant him strength and elevate his status in Jannah. This war, according to the Israelis, is about Hamas. Do you know why Hamas is considered a terrorist group? It's a convenient label that allows Israel and its Western allies to delegitimize Palestinian resistance. The truth is, Hamas's existence is needed for Israel to justify its occupation and atrocities against the Palestinian people. Hamas are labeled as terrorists to justify Israel's actions. If Hamas weren't labeled as such, Palestinian resistance would be completely legitimate. Imagine a world where Hamas doesn't exist, then the Palestinian resistance would be completely legitimate according to international law. It's enshrined in international law that an occupied people have the right to resist, including armed resistance. So let's be clear, this is not about terrorism. In the words of Noam Chomsky, a renowned political activist, the term terrorism is used to delegitimize those who oppose the powerful, and it's a political term, not a moral one. This is about a systematic destruction of a people. The human toll is staggering, and the deafening silence of the international community due to the West's unwavering protection of Israel exposes a shocking complicity in the genocide happening right before our eyes. Those Western governments who tout themselves as champions of human rights have not only failed us, but have also forfeited any moral authority to lecture others on this matter. So don't talk to us about the violations of China and Russia. Worry about your own pet dog who you've let off the leash to maul innocent women and children. Children are not soldiers. Women are not combatants. Yet, under the pretext of Hamas using human shields, they are being targeted in this brutal campaign of destruction. Ask the doctors, who are the patients they're treating? Who are the dead arriving in hospitals? The great majority, or a huge percentage of them, are women and children. They outnumber the men being killed. The human cost is unbearable, and the silence of the international community is a betrayal of our collective humanity. Where's the outrage? Where's the demand for justice? Those who dare to speak out are silenced, with laws manipulated to suppress criticism and maintain the status quo of giving diplomatic cover to Israel. In the West, those protesting the violations of human rights by the State of Israel are often branded as anti-Semitic or Hamas supporters. Their legitimate protests are dismissed as hate speech or hate marches. The truth should not be stifled by fear or distorted by the political framing of politicians who have compromised their integrity, who have prostituted themselves to a foreign lobby. Much of the world recognizes Israel's actions as a violation of human rights, war crimes, genocidal. All these accusations have been thrown at them, including the ICC, who has issued arrest warrants, with only the US and a few of their cronies supporting Israel. Even ordinary, everyday people in the West see the issue differently from their governments. You can't hide a genocide when we can see it on our screens. Enough is enough. It's time to act, to speak out, and to demand justice for Gaza from our governments. That's all for today. Please support independent media. Help us get our message out. Subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.